Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. You are listening to Talk with Evelyn and Michael. I am Evelyn.
And I am Michael. We are so happy to have you here today. Today is a very special day because we are talking about something that affects every single one of us.
That is right. Today we are talking about how to stop caring what other people think. It is such a heavy weight to carry, isn't it?
It really is. I think we all spend way too much time wondering what our neighbors think, what our boss thinks, or even what strangers on the street are thinking about us.
It is exhausting. I remember when I was younger, I would change my clothes 3 or 4 times before leaving the house, just because I was afraid someone might look at me and think I looked silly.
Only 3 or 4 times? Evelyn, you were doing better than me. I used to practice my cool walk in the mirror. I wanted to look like I didn't care, but the irony was I cared so much that it was all I could think about.
Smiling. That is so relatable. We try so hard to look natural, but there is nothing natural about worrying what everyone else is thinking.
It really stops us from living our lives. If you're always looking through the eyes of other people, you never get to see through your own eyes.
Exactly. So today, we want to help you let go. We want to talk about why we do this and how we can finally stop. We want you to feel free to be yourself.
And if you're learning English, this is a double lesson. Not only are we practicing our English together, but we're also working on our confidence. Because, let's be honest, the fear of judgment is the biggest reason people are afraid to speak a new language.
Oh, that is a great point, Michael. When you speak English, do you worry that people are judging your accent?
All the time. Even now. I think, oh no, did I say that word correctly? Will they think I'm not smart because I made a mistake?
But the truth is, most people are not thinking about us at all. They're too busy thinking about themselves.
It is funny, isn't it? We are all in our own little bubbles worrying about ourselves while thinking everyone else is watching us.
It's called the spotlight effect. It's a psychological term. We feel like there is a big, bright light shining on us, and everyone is watching our every move.
The spotlight effect. I like that. It makes it sound very dramatic. But in reality, the light is actually off, and everyone is just looking for their own keys.
Exactly. Let's think about a daily life example. Michael, have you ever been to the grocery store and realized you forgot your wallet at the checkout?
Oh, please do not remind me. It happened last month. I felt my face turn so red, I felt like the whole line of people was looking at me like I was a fool.
And what do you think they were actually thinking?
Well, honestly, they were probably just thinking, oh man, I hope this doesn't take long because I have ice cream in my cart and it's melting.
Right. They weren't thinking Michael is a failure. They were thinking about their ice cream. They forgot about you the moment you walked away.
Relieved. You are so right. We are the main characters in our own movies, but we're just background actors in everyone else's movie.
That is a beautiful way to put it. We are just background characters to them. So why do we give them so much power over our happiness?
I think it's biological. Back in the day, thousands of years ago, we needed to stay in the group to survive. If the group didn't like you, you were in trouble.
That makes sense. Being liked was a survival skill. But today, if a stranger at the park doesn't like my shoes, I will still survive. I will still have my dinner and my warm bed.
Exactly. The danger is gone, but the feeling remains. We have to train our brains to realize that we're safe now. We don't need everyone's permission to exist.
I want to talk about the what if game. Do you know that game, Michael?
Tell me about it.
It is the game our brain plays where we imagine the worst thing someone could think. Like, what if I say this wrong and they laugh? What if I wear this and they think I am trying too hard?
I play that game every morning.
The trick is to play the second half of the game, the so what part. What if they think I am trying too hard? So what?
So what? I guess nothing happens. They have a thought, it stays in their head, and I continue my day.
Yes. Their thoughts cannot hurt you unless you let them. A thought is just a tiny cloud in someone else's sky. It doesn't have to rain on your parade.
I love that. A tiny cloud. But Evelyn, what about the people close to us? It's easy to say so what to a stranger, but what about our family or our friends?
That is much harder. We care about them, so we care about their opinions. But we have to remember that even people who love us look at the world through their own lenses.
Their own lenses. You mean their own experiences and their own fears?
Yes. If your mother tells you that your new job is too risky, she isn't necessarily saying you aren't capable. She is showing you her own fear of risk. It is about her, not you.
Wow, that changes everything. When someone judges us, they're actually revealing something about themselves.
Every single time. A person who is happy and confident doesn't go around judging others. They don't have the time or the need for it.
So, if someone is judging me, it is actually a sign that they are struggling with something in their own life.
Precisely. It's like they're wearing blue glasses and they are complaining that you are blue. You aren't blue, their glasses are.
I need to get some clear glasses for everyone I know.
Or you can just realize you aren't blue. Let's take a moment here. Take a deep breath. Think about one thing you did today because you were afraid of what someone might think.
I didn't post a photo of my garden because I thought the grass looked a bit long and people might think I am lazy.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel a bit sad. I love my garden. I worked hard on those flowers, but the fear of the lazy label stopped me from sharing my joy.
That is the real cost, isn't it? We trade our joy for a sense of safety that isn't even real. You lost the chance to show your flowers because of some imaginary person who might look at the grass.
When you put it that way, it sounds so silly. My flowers were beautiful. Who cares about the grass?
Exactly. Let's try an exercise. For everyone listening, think of something small you want to do. Something that makes you a little bit nervous because people might notice.
Like wearing a bright color? Or singing while walking?
Yes, something small. Try doing it tomorrow, just once. See what happens.
I bet nothing happens. No one will probably even notice.
And if they do notice, they will forget in 10 seconds. We spend years remembering things that other people forgot in 10 seconds.
It is so true. I still remember a time in school when I tripped in the cafeteria. I'm 30 years old and I still think about it. But I bet no one else in that room remembers it at all.
They definitely don't. They were too busy worrying about their own lunches.
You know, Evelyn, I think this is very important for our English learners. Learning a language is like being that kid in the cafeteria every day. You feel like you're tripping over your words.
It really is. It takes so much courage to speak a language that isn't your first. You're being vulnerable. You're showing that you are a student.
And some people might think, oh, their English is not perfect. But let me tell you something. Anyone who judges someone for trying to learn a language is not someone whose opinion you should care about.
I agree 100%. Learning a language is a superpower. If someone judges you for it, that's their problem. They probably only speak one language themselves.
Most of the time, that is true.
Let's talk about social media. It's the biggest caring about what people think machine ever invented.
Oh, man. The likes, the comments, the scrolling. It's like a scorecard for our lives.
It really is. We see someone's highlight reel, and we compare it to our behind the scenes.
That is a great phrase. We compare our behind the scenes to their highlight reel. We see them on a beach in a perfect outfit, and we are sitting on our couch in pajamas feeling bad.
But we don't see the 10 minutes before that photo, where they were arguing about where to eat,
Or the fact that they are sunburned and uncomfortable?
Or the fact that they took 50 photos just to get that one.
Exactly. It is all a performance. And when we try to perform for others, we lose our own story.
How do we stop the performance? How do we just be?
I think it starts with self-validation. We have to learn to like ourselves first. If I like my outfit, then it doesn't matter if you like it.
But how do you learn to like yourself if you have spent years looking for other people's approval?
It takes time. It is a practice. You have to start small, like telling yourself one nice thing every morning. I like my hair today. I'm proud of how I handled that meeting. I am a kind person.
It sounds a bit cheesy, but I think it works. It's like building a muscle, the self-approval muscle.
It is totally cheesy, but the best things often are. If you don't fill your own cup, you will always be begging others to pour a little bit of their approval into yours.
And that puts them in control. If they can give you happiness, they can also take it away.
That is the danger. You become a prisoner to their moods. If they're in a bad mood and don't smile at you, your whole day is ruined.
I don't want to be a prisoner anymore. I want to be the boss of my own emotions.
You can be. It starts with the realization that their opinion of you is none of your business.
That's a famous saying, isn't it? What other people think of me is none of my business.
It is. And it is so true. It belongs to them. It stays in their head. It is their property. Why should you try to reach into their head and change their property?
When you say it like that, it sounds like a crime, like I'm trying to steal their thoughts.
In a way, you are. You are trying to control something you have no right to control.
So I should just focus on my own property, my own thoughts, my own actions, my own values.
Yes. What do you value, Michael? Do you value kindness? Do you value hard work?
I value being helpful, and I value being honest.
Okay, so if you are helpful and honest, then you have succeeded. Even if someone thinks you're annoying or even if someone doesn't like your style, you stayed true to your values.
That feels much better. Success is based on me, not them.
Exactly. Let's think about another example. Have you ever been afraid to say no to someone because you didn't want them to think you were mean?
Every single day. I say yes to things I don't want to do all the time. I go to parties I don't like. I help people with tasks when I'm already busy.
Why?
Because I want them to think I'm a nice guy.
But are you being nice to yourself?
No, I'm being quite mean to myself. I'm taking away my own time and energy to buy a nice guy label from someone else.
And here's the secret, Michael. The people who really care about you, they want you to say no if you need to. They want you to be healthy and happy.
And the people who get angry when I say no?
They're the ones whose opinion you definitely shouldn't care about, because they're only looking at what you can do for them, not who you are.
Aha! That is a huge realization. Boundaries are a filter. They filter out the people who only want to use us.
Yes, setting boundaries is the fastest way to stop caring what the wrong people think, because the wrong people will leave and the right people will stay and respect you more.
This is so powerful. Let's talk about the physical feeling of caring. You know that feeling in your stomach?
Like a tight knot or a fluttering.
Yes. When I think someone is judging me, I feel it right there. It makes me want to hide.
When you feel that, I want you to try something. I want you to put your hand on your heart and just say, I am safe. I am okay.
I am safe. I am okay. It feels like giving myself a little hug.
It is. You are telling your brain that the social predator isn't real. There is no lion. There is just a person with a different opinion.
A very small lion. Maybe a kitten.
A very small kitten who is probably just hungry and cranky anyway.
You know, Evelyn, I notice that when I am happy, I care less about what people think.
That is a very important observation. When we are low, we look for outside sources to pull us up. But when we are high, we are already there.
So the best way to stop caring what people think is to focus on our own happiness?
Yes. Invest that energy back into yourself. Instead of spending an hour wondering why your friend didn't text you back, spend that hour doing something you love.
Like playing the guitar or going for a walk.
Yes. Do things for the sake of doing them, not for the sake of talking about them or showing them to others.
Doing things for the sake of doing them. That is a lost art in our world today. Everything feels like it has to be for content.
It really does. But the best moments of our lives are usually the ones we don't photograph, the ones where we were so present and so happy that we forgot our phones even existed.
Those are the moments where we are truly ourselves.
Exactly, because in those moments, there is no audience. There is just you and the experience.
I want more of those moments. I want to live a life without an audience.
You can start right now, right this second. Take a look around the room you are in. Find one thing that you love.
I see a small plant on my desk. I love its green leaves.
Does it matter if I like that plant?
Not at all. It is my plant. It makes me happy.
There you go. That is the feeling. Hold on to that. That plant is your joy. It is independent of my opinion.
I need to apply that to my clothes, my hobbies, and my English.
Yes, especially your English. Every time you learn a new word, that is a gift you are giving to yourself. It is not for me, it is for you.
I'm giving a gift to myself. I like that. It makes learning feel less like a test and more like a treat.
It should be a treat. Learning is growth. Growth is beautiful, and beautiful things don't need permission to grow.
That was very deep, Evelyn.
Sorry, I got a bit poetic there.
No, I liked it. It's true. A flower doesn't ask the person walking by if it should bloom. It just blooms because that is what it does.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about criticism, because sometimes people don't just think things, they actually say them.
Oh, the constructive criticism that doesn't feel very constructive.
Yes. How do we handle it when someone tells us something we don't want to hear?
Usually I get defensive. I feel like I have to explain myself. I want to prove them wrong.
I understand that feeling. But here's a trick. When someone gives you criticism, imagine they are handing you a package.
A package?
Yes, you can choose to open it, or you can choose to leave it on the floor. You don't have to take it.
So if the criticism is helpful, I can open it and learn. Like if someone tells me I have spinach in my teeth.
Yes, that is a good package. Open that one immediately.
Definitely. But if someone says, I don't like your voice, that's a package I can just leave on the floor.
Exactly. That is a package full of their personal taste. It has nothing to do with your value as a person. You can just say, thank you for your opinion, and walk away.
You don't even have to argue with them?
No. Arguing is just another way of caring. It shows that their opinion matters enough to fight about. Silence is the most powerful I don't care.
Silence is powerful. I'm going to try to use more of that.
It saves so much energy. You only have a limited amount of energy every day. Why spend it on people who don't understand you?
Nodding. I want to spend my energy on my friends, my family, my dog, and my English practice.
That sounds like a much better list.
You know, Evelyn, I feel lighter already. Just talking about this makes the weight feel smaller.
That is because we are bringing it into the light. The fear of judgment thrives in the dark. It thrives when we keep it a secret.
By talking about it, we realize we're all in the same boat. We're all just people trying our best.
Exactly. Let's do a little practice for our listeners. We're going to say some phrases slowly, and I want you to repeat them after us. Not for us, but for you.
Ready? Here's the first one. I am enough, just as I am.
I am enough, just as I am.
Great. Here's the next one. Other people's opinions are not my reality.
Other people's opinions are not my reality.
And one more. I am free to be myself.
I am free to be myself.
That felt good. I could feel those words in my chest.
They are powerful words. Use them whenever you feel that spotlight starting to shine on you.
You know, Evelyn, do you think people will think we're weird for talking to ourselves like this?
Michael, you are doing it again.
Oh no, I am. I was caring what they thought about us talking about not caring.
It is a habit. It takes time to break, but the more we catch ourselves doing it, the easier it becomes to stop.
You caught me. That's what friends are for.
Exactly. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to be yourself is so important. If your friends are always judging others, they're probably judging you too.
That is true. I have noticed that. When I'm with people who are critical, I feel more anxious.
So choose your circle wisely. Look for the radiators, the people who give off warmth and light. Avoid the drains, the people who suck the energy out of the room with their negativity.
Radiators and drains. I love that. I want to be a radiator.
You already are one, Michael.
Thanks, Evelyn. You know, I was thinking about the title of our video. Stop caring what people think. It sounds so simple, but it's a lifelong journey.
It is. You don't just wake up one day and never care again. It's a choice you make every morning.
It's like brushing your teeth. You have to do it every day to keep your mind clean.
Yes. Every morning, remind yourself that today you are living for you.
And for our listeners, today you're practicing English for you. Every mistake you make is a step forward. Every time you stumble, you're learning how to walk.
We are so proud of you for being here. It takes a lot of courage to work on yourself.
It really does. I think we should wrap up soon, but I want to leave everyone with one final thought.
What is it?
At the end of your life, you won't be thinking about the person who looked at you funny on the bus in 2024. You won't be thinking about the mistake you made in that one meeting.
What will you be thinking about?
You will be thinking about the times you laughed with your friends, the times you were brave, the times you were kind, and the times you were truly yourself.
That is so beautiful. Don't wait until the end of your life to start living those moments. Start now.
Start today. Wear the shirt. Say the word. Take the chance.
And remember, we are here with you. You are not alone in this.
We are all just humans trying to figure it out together.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Talk with Evelyn and Michael.
Yes, thank you. It has been a pleasure.
If you found this helpful, maybe share it with someone who needs a little boost of confidence today.
But only if you want to. Don't do it because you think you have to.
Exactly. Do it for you.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next one.
Goodbye. Stay brave. Stay you.
See you soon.
You are doing great.
Bye.
Wait, Michael, before we go, I just thought of one more thing.
What is it?
We talked a lot about what other people think, but what about what we think of ourselves?
That's almost harder, isn't it? Our own inner critic can be the loudest person in the room.
It really can. We have this voice in our head that's constantly judging us, even when no one else is.
I call my inner critic the grumpy neighbor. He's always looking over the fence and complaining about everything I do.
That is a perfect name. My inner critic is more like a strict teacher with a red pen, always ready to mark a mistake.
How do we tell the grumpy neighbor or the strict teacher to be quiet?
I think we have to treat them like a child. If a child is being mean, you don't scream back. You just say, "I hear you, but that is not a very nice thing to say. Let's try to be more kind."
So we should be kind to our inner critic?
Yes. Because that critic is usually just a part of us that is afraid. It wants to keep us safe by making us stay small. It thinks if we don't do anything, no one can judge us.
So the critic is actually trying to help, but it is just doing it in a very bad way.
Exactly. It's like a parent who is so afraid their child will fall that they never let the child walk.
I think I need to tell my grumpy neighbor that I am old enough to walk now.
Yes, tell him. Thank you for looking out for me, but I've got this. I'm allowed to make mistakes. It is how I learn.
I am allowed to make mistakes. That is such a powerful sentence.
It is. Mistakes are not failures. They are evidence that you are trying. They are the price of admission for a life well lived.
If you aren't making mistakes, you aren't moving.
Right. If you stay in bed all day, you won't trip, but you also won't see the world.
I think people who are afraid of judgment are usually the most talented and creative people. They have so much to give, but they are keeping it locked inside.
That is the real tragedy. Think of all the beautiful songs that haven't been written, or the stories that haven't been told, because someone was afraid of a bad review.
I don't want to keep my stories locked inside anymore.
I'm so glad to hear that. I want to hear your stories, and I know our listeners have amazing stories too.
For everyone listening, your voice matters. Your perspective is unique. No one else in the world sees things exactly the way you do.
That is your power. Don't let the fear of what others think take that power away from you.
Imagine a world where everyone just did what made them happy without worrying. It would be so colorful and interesting.
It would be a beautiful chaos, and I think we need more of that.
More beautiful chaos and fewer long grass judgments.
Exactly. You know, Michael, I feel like this conversation could go on forever.
We do like to talk, don't we?
We do. But I hope that the people listening feel like they were sitting here on the couch with us.
Me too. I hope you feel like you have two friends who are rooting for you.
Because we are. We really are. Take a deep breath one more time. Let out all that tension from your shoulders.
That feels better.
Good. Now, go out there and be unapologetically you.
And if someone has a problem with it?
Just remember, it's none of your business.
Exactly. It is their problem to deal with.
All right, now we are really going.
Goodbye for real this time.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for being a part of Talk with Evelyn and Michael.
See you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
You've got this.
We believe in you.
Bye.